I have a very weird haul to unbox today. The other night, I became really obsessed with Honeysuckle Divine. Was at one time the most famous scripper in America. She was famous for, you should probably go Google that on your own. And she wrote a syndicated column for two different adult magazines. The lesser known one was Sherry magazine. A popular one was Screw magazine. I became really determined to read these columns, but they haven't been digitized anywhere online. I have to go buy them, I guess. I'm gonna have to put a sticker over this entire cover. With the exception of one screen recording for a documentary about Screw magazine, Honeysuckle's act was basically lost to time, even though she was really famous in her heyday. This is so funny. The column is called Diary of a Dirty Broad, and it's basically just diary entries from her nights working as a scripper. Cool. But wait, there's more. I also got a copy of her Sherry magazine. This is the Sherry magazine. This column basically appears to be her describing her act in detail, and I've seen the recording of the act, and this is pretty accurate to what she does. So because I was getting really into this adult magazine era, I also looked into Eros magazine, which only published 4 issues. Third penultimate issue is the Marilyn Monroe very famous last sitting. It's just so wild to me that Marilyn's final photo shoot was with this tiny magazine that was barely off the ground. These are really beautiful. This is kind of amazing. Rose magazine and its publisher were later the center of a very famous court case that had to do with sex and publishing. Yeah, it's just such an interesting microcosm of history, I guess. Last 2 pieces of colorful detail. I got this book about the era, Tales of Times Square by Josh Allen Friedman, who worked with Screw magazine. Also, what a hunk. And this book that he made with his brother. Final haul. That was a lot of information, but I hope that was kind of interesting.